on, Cover One crew? Welcome back to the show. Hope everybody is doing good, man. All these rankings, training camp coming. You thought we were done. We are not done. We're back in this lab talking scouting reports on a Tyler Warren, Penn State product, now new Indianapolis Colt. This guy is in the, potential cream of the crop at the tight end position. Was a very good tight end class as well. So much like last year, we were talking up the tight end class. This year's class might be even better overall than it was last year's, and Tyler Warren definitely is one of these dudes. So follow me. We got pros, cons, and a grade score on the newest Indianapolis Colt, Tyler Warren. As always, you guys do know, man, before we get started, hit up that draft guide, cover1.net. You can search it on the draft guide, and you will find it available for purchase. This thing is a dynamo, man. 300-plus player profiles, sleepers, must-avoid, rookie rankings, such like these. And I'm telling y'all, man, you guys, I will get you ready for the season as we do get started. But when we discuss somebody like a Tyler Warren, a lot of people want to put him in the same category as a Brock Bowers, and it is not far off to suggest that he belongs in that category as well. He is very talented, very good, very sure-handed, and we will tell y'all everything you need to know about the man. But let's talk about the team that drafted him. Round 1, pick 14, these Indianapolis Colts. These new-look Colts, somewhat new-look Colts, because they are trying to figure out their quarterback position with Anthony Richardson and now Danny Penny's Daniel Jones. We will see if he does, uplift this offense, if Anthony Richardson can, ever grow into what we believe he is and could be, because the raw talent is there. He just needs to round out the rest of his game. So far, we have not seen that, and injuries have definitely foiled the progression of what an Anthony Richardson is right now. But in terms of depth on the tight end spot, Mo problems. They ain't going to have no more problems because Tyler Warren is going to jump a Mo Alley Cox without question. Drew Ogletree, Jelani Woods, they've all seen some time of sprinkles of targets in this offense over the years, and it just has not materialized to the dominating factor at the tight end spot here in Indianapolis. That has been the reason why. I mean, this was at pick 14, round 1. You're basically banking on this guy being a generational, elite, talented tight end, and I think they did finally capture themselves one. They still got Alex Okwukabunam. That's a tough name to do, but I hit it. And then a Will Malroy, as the tight end depth. So we do know that some of these guys will be released, as they do see already in rookie OTAs. We saw Warren absolutely stellar, catching everything to come his way. But in terms of, target share and depth chart, so if Daniel Penny's does win the job here in Indianapolis over in Anthony Richardson, I do believe it gives us even a better staple sample size than what we even saw with a Joe Flacco last season. I think Daniel Jones is good enough in an offense to be that game manager. Do I ever want to promote Daniel Jones to say he's going to be, resurrecting his career here in Indianapolis? No, I don't want to say that whatsoever. But I do think we're at least going to see better distribution of targets to a lot of these wide receivers. Michael Pittman, Josh Downs. Josh Downs is my dude. You guys know this. I think his season is going to be stellar, man. Alec Pierce, Adonai Mitchell, Doolin, Gold, and Treadwell do round out the wide receiver room with some others that are vying for a roster spot. But if you're talking being a triple-headed monster, especially with a Jonathan Taylor, you're going to have Warren, Pittman, Downs, and then, Alec Pierce does go deep. But as soon as Adonai Mitchell does get his game rounded out too, man, this wide receiver room is absolutely loaded, man, especially with a Tyler Warren. Who are you going to cover in this offense? And then Jonathan Taylor is just going to gallop free every ounce where he has opportunity to do so. Absolutely love what these Colts are doing. If they got themselves a true franchise passer, I'm not saying Anthony Richardson will never reach that, plateau, but if they got a guy that could absolutely support this offense, they will be legitimately, potentially a Super Bowl contender with all the talent they do have on this offense. There is no question in my mind. But let's talk about those measurables as always when it comes to Tyler Warren coming from college. 6'5", 256. He is 23 years of age, 5-year senior at Penn State, 56 contests, 153 receptions, nearly 2,000 yards at 1839, 12 on the average, and 19 receiving touchdowns. So overall, his career stats in 53 games don't necessarily, turn the heads to say he's this absolute dominating force. He was something of a late bloomer, but better late than never, and it did, crack him into the top 15 of the NFL draft this past year. Let's talk some of these pros that he does have. Like I said, great frame, 6'6", 6'5", nearly 6'6", prototypical size and stature for a tight end that you're looking for coming out of college. Extremely athletic. We have seen it so many times where they can, versatility is key, where they can line him up anywhere on this line, in the backfield, even doing screens, being that big H-back as well. There's so many opportunities that you can put this man in every category, every situation, and he will definitely repay, man. Accelerators over the burst, obviously, for tight ends. I'm not really expecting it. Obviously, the downgrade, we're going to, view tight ends burst to be something a little bit lesser, but we do see other guys that do have burst over accelerators. But I'm telling y'all right now, Warren's acceleration is good, and he does have that good open field build-up speed. That's what you want to see when you see a 6'5", 256 guy running down the field, chugging along. He does have the ability to at least break into the open field and extend plays in a very big way. Did see this a lot of times in his last season at Penn State. Definitely an excellent receiving tight end, contested catch monster. He's so good in this respect. You want to say his hands are definitely on the plus regard, and I did grade him appropriately in that respect as well, where his hands are very much in that Brock Bowers category where he could catch anything to come his way, and I think that he will showcase that as well in the NFL. He is a decisive route runner. Am I going to say he's elite at this point? Probably not, because there are some refinements that can be had. I'll touch that in the cons, but the decisive nature in how he does run his routes with the sharp plant steps, the ins and outs in his breaks definitely don't leave me wanting more. You do see it more often than not that he is able to at least make guys, move in altering directions to get open and create that separation. So I will give him a plus check on the fact that he is a decisive route runner, even though there are some, areas of opportunity, but we could see him, improve in that respect as well. He works the seam so good, getting down the field, seam stretcher. We see this a lot from this tight end class, where you see a lot of these guys with some more speed, with some athletic ability, fluid movements, and they can work the seam extremely well in between those linebackers and safeties. I absolutely love when he is running down the seam, because he is such a dreadful mismatch for defenses. He is also an extremely tough tackle, whether the stiff arm, the drop shoulder, or just, breaking tackles down the field to gain those extra yards on the yak ability. He is very good in that sense. Willing and active as a blocker. This is very important. If you want a true three-down tight end who never leaves the field, who is more than just a receiving tight end, you gotta block for your running backs and your quarterback, and Tyler Warren does this fairly well. He's active, he's willing, and he's improving, and I think that he is better than most coming out of college when we do talk about his blocking upside, man. He will definitely get schooled up in the NFL in this respect as well, but he is definitely willing and active, man. Instant starter capability caliber tight end, 110%. He should be a day one starter, especially with the group of tight ends like I highlighted with the depth chart. I'll be shocked if he does not start week one and is the priority number one tight end for this offense, and potentially Denny Penny's Daniel Jones throwing him the football career stats, or 2024 stats, was the breakout season. 104 receptions for 1,233 and 8 receiving touchdowns. Very, very good final campaign with Penn State. But for some cons, not many do grace the list, because he was, it's not like he was a difficult, scout to evaluate. He is just one of these guys that you just see all the potential in his game. Yes, there are some nuances that need to be corrected, but it is technical and it can be coached up, man. Is he the one-year wonder, 2024 breakout? Is that a concern? Not really for me. I'm highlighting it here because it's true. Years before, his best season was 400 yards. So last year he did, absolutely explode and blow up on the scene, and that's what you want to see, especially for a guy you're picking inside the top 15 of the NFL draft. He needs to use his frame with more physicality. That goes to what I'm saying about being that active blocker. While he does try extremely hard and he is good at it, you just want to see a little bit more physicality. That could come also with a meal plan, NFL weight room. We saw guys like how Marvin Harrison Jr. in year 2 hit the weight room and he is bulking up. Tyler Warren just needs a little bit more in this sense, and I'm not worried whatsoever. He's going to be just fine blocking, but is he going to be polished and refined in the elite categories? Probably not in year 1. Year 2, I could definitely see him taking a big leap in the physicality movements when he is blocking and being more physical, whether it be on the line versus, linebackers or safeties, or blocking for running backs. Just want to see a little bit more physicality in that sense. He can cut his routes for no reason. Did see this quite a bit. It's not necessarily laziness, but it's just him believing that his athletic ability can beat out some of these guys, and that's fine. I understand that because he is youthful, because he is athletic, he doesn't necessarily have to try on the technician aspects as much because it just works in his benefit. but he can cut him for no reason. We've seen how many times it rounds off and allows defensive backs or linebackers to pinch on him. So we will see him, a couple times in the pros when you see these guys coming after him. I do believe he will make this, a dedication to his craft of improvement rather than not improving, but we have seen it more often than not. Blocking is good, refined to become elite. And I truly believe it. I think that he could round out his game to being one of the best or better tight ends in this league. I mean, year one might be a little bit, hit and miss. Just depends on who's going to throw him the football. But I love me some Tyler Warren, and he is definitely one of these guys we got to covet. But for grading purposes, he was so good and so fun to grade out. He lands into that, exceptional ability, 80% on the even, where Brock Bowers, I think I had him at an 83, 84 range last season. So he does fall short, but he is in that category of exceptional prospects to come into this league, and he will showcase that on the regular. So for me, 80% is definitely a good score, and I absolutely love the potential skill set here with this Indianapolis Colts team. So there you have it. That is Tyler Warren, Indianapolis Colt, former Penn State product. He is going to be legit, man. I absolutely love the skill set. It's going to be the conversation. Who's better, Tyler Warren or Colston Loveland, man? Right now, Warren for me is the guy. Absolutely love him, even though I do like Loveland's game a lot. I will scout his, bring his scouting report as well very soon, but I absolutely love what Tyler Warren can bring to the field, and so will a lot of you. But nevertheless, as always, don't forget to hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, jump in those comments, give me your thoughts. What are you thinking of Tyler Warren? You in, you out? Colts fans, you gotta be excited about this offense. You just need that quarterback to take you over the top. But anyway, we'll see you next time. I am out.